channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise. I am proud mum to 2 adult children. Blossom, who doesn't live with us anymore, Corey, who does, and I've got 2 dogs, Chip and Dale. Currently only Chip's down here, so it might be quiet today. Dale's in bed. He's having a lazy day. So my channel is a shopping haul every Saturday at 5 o'clock. I also do things in between. Some weeks you'll get nothing, some weeks you'll get and like last week I did a cheesecake. There may be weeks when I do some decorating, or we'll take the dogs out for a walk. It just depends on whatever happens that week, I guess. Yeah, whatever happens that week, I guess. My words are, I'm struggling. Yeah, so if you enjoy that sort of thing and you enjoy today's haul, don't forget to subscribe down below. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with words today. I'm going to try not to cut too much of it out, otherwise we're going to have no video. If you click the notification bell, you're also notified when I do upload, just in case I do some during the week. You know, you won't be ready for those ones, but you'll be notified. Yeah, so that bit's out of the way. So our shopping haul this week was Asda. I also popped into Iceland for something specific, but it wasn't there, but I explain my shop as I go along anyway. We have a budget of £60. I actually spent, sorry, receipts are there, about £38.50 spent this week, so under budget. I really didn't have much. I did have a good look through the freezer, and I realised we're pretty stocked up. Now I've got loads of stuff. I've got like pies, and I've got a lot of veggie food that I eat. I've got a good stock of frozen veggies for the dogs' meals, because I do also cook most of my dogs' meals now. They have a little bit in between, just on the crossover from slow cooker meals. So I really didn't need a lot. Didn't really eat a lot out of the freezers and the fridge and stuff this week. It was like leftover from last weekend's meal. So I did actually take a shopping list with me this week. I managed to get everything apart from 2 things. Cottage pet cheese, which isn't something I buy that often, so I didn't really know what the stocks were going to be like. So there was absolutely nothing. I know like last time I went, there was like different flavoured ones. You know, you can get your plain one with pineapple, and I think there's a chili one and stuff like that. There was none of those, none of the Asda's own range at all. There was one jar of something else that I don't know the name, again with a C, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was a C. But it was way more expensive, so I wasn't willing to pay for that. That was going to go with a recipe. So I do have some ingredients for the recipe, because I'm hoping to pick it up this week. Also can get olives. There was nothing on the shelf at all, so I don't know if there's an issue with those 2 items, or if it's just a fluke this week. But apart from that, everything was fine. So let's get on with the haul. I actually did need some salad stuff. I completely run out. I was going to get the cheaper tomatoes this week. They had ones for 89p. These are £1, but when I looked at them, it was the colour. I mean, look how deliciously red that is. I couldn't not get them. The other ones were pretty good though. They were the round ones. I don't know what the difference. These are plum, aren't they? But it was worth paying that little bit more just because they look so good. So yeah, always get tomatoes. Picked up cucumber because I have no salad stuff, and the lettuce. This is 45, 46 and £1. I'll try and keep up with prices as much as I can. Can't remember how much this one was though, but it was cheap. Spring onions was actually for the recipe I mentioned. I saw just a topping for toast. It's spring onion, tuna, cottage cheese, mayo, other cheese. Anyway, it sounded really good, and I will show it if I can get all the ingredients. I'll make it for you at some point. 69p for some satsumas. They're really diddy. I mean, really diddy. I'm going to have a few of them in one go, but 69p, that's not a bad size packet. £1.82 still for the chicken thighs. These are 1.1 kilogram chicken thighs, and I always pick these up for the dogs' meals. I was looking at other meats, but there really isn't anything in comparison to price-wise to this, and I'm making sure that they have all the other things they need in their meal, so we're still good. And they're absolutely thoroughly enjoying their chicken at the moment. I do have some stocks going, like I said before. I do try and look now for ones that have more chicken thighs, because clearly it goes on weight. So if you have some with some smaller ones, you're going to get more in there, and I'll take maybe 1 or 2 out depending on the size of them. And so we're getting some stocks of chicken thighs up, so hopefully there'll be some weeks when I don't actually need to buy any, but we're going to get some stocks going on that one first. Normally I have a coffee here, didn't need it, realised that I actually do have 2 stashed already, so I didn't pick one up this week. Our normal milk, this is £1.25 for the 4 pint of semi-skimmed. I picked up 2 tins of beans this week. the dogs have been having the red kidney beans. They're 30p a tin, near enough every week. So I just thought we'll change it up, because I know they can have cannellini beans as well. They're 50p a tin, but I did look at all the different price tins. The red kidney beans are the cheapest. All the rest are 50p a tin for the other type. So I just got something different, because I'm going to try. I'm going to give them the cannellini ones this week, just to change things up a little bit. Yes, this has been broken into. I do shop on a Friday. I shop on a Friday and haul on the Saturday usually, because I can't manage both. I've mentioned before, but just in case you knew, I do have fibro, so I can't do it all in one go. So sometimes you'll have things that have been broken into. Corey had this with his breakfast because he does night work, so it was his dinner. So anyway, barbecue sauce is now £1 in Asda, and that was the very last one. Yeah, because I did want to get some stock, so I actually don't have any left. So we're working on it as we go along at the moment, but as soon as they get some, I will stock up. The tuna, 59p. This is the Cheap Cheerful Asda's own one, as I've mentioned before. Never had any issues in it. This is the one, the tuna chunks in brine, and it's no bones or scales, can't think of the words, but no bones or scales. I've never had issues with that one, so I always stick with that one. I got some spaghetti loops this week, 38p. Do like to have that on toast during the week. Only picked one up because that's all they had left of that one as well. Got a bacon this week, no particular reason. I won't eat, it's for Corey, but there was none in the house. And usually we'll have one in the freezer, and there was none in the freezer either. This is £1.75 for 12 rashers, and it's always really good. Corey always really enjoys that one. And our cheese, do like to have a good slab in the freezer as a backup. We're on our last slab, so I picked one up this week. This is a 825 grams for £3.65 price, £3.65. This is your mature cheddar one, and it is a really, really good one for, like, I guess the cheapy one. This is really, really good one. Now I sort of got squeezed with this one. So I like butter. I always get butter. I have been getting the 500 grams for, oh, I'm trying to remember prices now. £2.94, wasn't it? I was getting it for £2.94 for the 500 grams. Or the 250 grams is £1.55. So clearly it's cheaper to get the large one. Now I looked at the large one, it's gone up. It's now £3.25. And I looked at the price that was advertised, and this said £1.25. Sorry, I'm remembering these numbers. I'm really surprised at myself. So £1.25 for this size. So I scanned it without looking, which is quite unusual for me. Put it in the trolley and everything. Anyway, randomly I was online last night and realised, oh, what are you doing? Chick's trying to find things to play with. Yes, so I didn't actually look at the price. Went online last night. I was looking for something else. Randomly come across this because it has your shopping list online anyway, even though I don't shop online. I guess it's linked to the Scan and Go. And it's actually £1.75. So I did check my receipt and I was charged £1.75, even though the ticket said £1.25. So I was all excited thinking we can go back to getting this size, because this is more... this is just easier to work with, but it's not. So I actually didn't make any money on this one. I got swizzed. I got some hummus. I found some falafel still in the freezer. Didn't know I had them in there still. This is 79p. They're all 79p. All the different hummuses are. And I usually buy the caramelised onion because they're really, really good. And I just thought I'd just break it up. I have had the red pepper before, and this is really, really good as well. I just always go to the caramelised onion. I need to stop doing that. So I just picked up that to go with falafels. Corey's taken one Dr. Pepper upstairs already. This is £1.77, I believe. I may be slightly wrong on that. For one, or two for £3. Picked up a bottle of wine. This is your Cheap Cheerful Lamborghini. £2.75 for that one. It's a large bottle. It's the only size they had. Just fancied it. It's been in the fridge as well. I was thinking, like, edit in with a nice glass of wine. That's what I was thinking when we went shopping, so that's why I picked that one up. Yeast extract. Actually can't remember the price. I believe it's like pennies under £2. I just can't remember. This is basically Marmite. It's Asda's own version. I prefer the yeast extract though, because one, it's cheaper, but two, it's got a thicker consistency as well. So Marmite's quite runny. This is like slightly thicker, so it doesn't like run off of the spoon, off of the knife. And I prefer it. I think it's got a slightly stronger taste as well. And I only got some more treats this week for the dogs. I didn't get any dog meat because I'd completely forgotten that I have the, brain's gone dead again, Webox chub roll thingy that I need to start getting used up. So I don't actually need to pick up any dog food because there are a couple of days when they have the dog meat, and the rest of the week I make them homemade food. We've been going through these ones, and I'd mentioned before that Chip the fussy dog eats these. There was one he doesn't have, is the barbecue one. There's a little barbecue one. These are very small treats, which is really good for my dogs. This is one I've not tried before. I know it says training treats, but it's not going to be used for that. This is their treat when I have to go out to work. So this is the beef, chicken and lamb. I thought we'll give that one a go just because we haven't tried it yet, and they're £1. I was going to get Corey pizza anyway. He'd mentioned that he wanted a deep pan for a change because he's always asking for a thin crust. Randomly saw this is at the fresh section. Never would normally look, but you know, when you see the yellow tickets, you've got to go and have a look. Pizzas would be 90p for a deep pan or 130 for thin, and this is reduced from, I don't know if 168 was the original price because it's a sticker on a sticker, so it might be more, but it's down to 91p. And this it's the Mighty Meat Feast, loaded with rich tomato sauce, meltingly Moorish mozzarella, spicy chili beef. Oh, didn't read that. Hopefully he won't because he's not a fan of chili. Smoked reform ham and pepperoni. Hopefully you won't taste the chili bit. Oh dear. Didn't realise. Anyway, 91p is a good price, and that'll go in the freezer for him. Wasn't getting biscuits. I go up and down every single aisle. It's a routine that I've done since our Asda opened, and even if I don't need things up the aisle, I'm used to going up the aisles in a certain direction. I know it's just one of my weird things. So even if I don't want something up the aisle, I'm still going to walk up the aisle so I go down the other aisle the right way. It's weird. It's just my thing. And I was walking down one of the aisles. I wasn't getting any biscuits or chocolate actually this week because we have enough we didn't use, so I didn't need to get them, but these were only 55p. That's purely the reason I've got them, 55p. And I know, because I've had this sort of thing before, that they are individually wrapped, so you get 4 different types of biscuits in it. You get the malted milks, Nice, I think you pronounce it Nice, even though it's spelled nice, but I think it's pronounced Nice biscuits, correct me if I'm wrong, custard creams and bourbon creams, and they come in little individual packets once you open this one, so they'll last a long time. They're good until May anyway, but they won't last till May in this household. No, May's next week. That's why they're 55p. Wow, okay. They'll be fine anyway. Like I've mentioned before on my channel, I never go with best before dates. They're only guaranteeing the quality before that date. They'll still be fine after anyway. And Corey mentioned a baguette, which is very strange for Corey. He doesn't do baguettes. I think his workplace, they have like I think it's called Dorringtons that come with fresh sandwiches and baguettes and rolls, salads and stuff like that. And he said their baguettes were really nice and he'd like to sort of recreate one. So I picked this up. I don't know if it's the right one, but it's worth a try. It's only 40p for that. That's a huge one as well. And you know, I love bread, so I'm going to get myself one as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I'm not sure what his plan was for it, but there's enough ingredients to make pretty much whatever he wants in this house at the moment. So that's what those were for. Loaf of bread, yes, I've opened it. It is 58p. I tried to remember it. 58p for this one. This is just it's your basic loaf of white bread, and I always mention it when I get to this point. So anybody that's been here for a while probably knows what I'm going to say next. This is in the Tesco. They do this one in the same packaging. I believe it's probably about 60p, maybe more now because it's been a while since I picked it up. But it tastes way, way better than the Asda one, even though Asda is fine. So I would recommend, if you have the choice of either one, go with the Tesco one. And I got the, we're shining. I already knew I was going to get the deep pan, and I'd forgotten I'd picked up the reduced one anyway. Corey'd asked for the deep pan, as I mentioned before, and these were 90p last week. They're now £1. I've got some mini pitters for me. These are 55p for these ones. They're just really nice. They're a little bit better than the Asda's own ones, and I thought that would go nice with the falafels. Got a big packet of crisps. Now normally I like picking up the Asda's own cheap ones, which are like 90 something p, 98p now I think, or something around that sort of price, for 12 packets, and they're really good, but they didn't have any in, and these have got ready salted in anyway, which we use for pasta bakes. But these have also got salt and vinegar, cheese and onion prawn cocktail, and they're just really good. So I have to have crisps in. I'm one of them people that I can give up chocolate as long as I've got crisps. And I got some chopping balls. Now these are huge, as you can probably tell. There's actually 3 in there. There's a white, black and red, and they're like really bendy. So when I do the dog's meals, I do them in the slow cooker, and then I have to get all the meat out to debone and de-skin. My chopping board's too small, plus because it's hard, when you're going to try and put it all back in the slow cooker, it ends up just going everywhere, whereas this you can bend to shape. So I thought that was really good for £3. Because it's like £1 each, isn't it, really? And then I can have one for me, one for my veggies, and one for my bread, I guess. So yeah, that was just a random. I wouldn't normally pick up that type of thing in my food shop. That was Asda's. And I actually went into Iceland purely for the ready meals for Corey. I was going to get him there's a sausage, beans and potato one. They didn't have any, so I just picked up these 2. These are £1 each. Chicken stew and dumplings and the bangers and mash, which I don't think you can get either one of those in Asda, and they are a larger packet as well, so you do get more for your money. And I just saw this as I was walking past, which actually I was going to open, bear with me. Okay, so it's not exactly what I was thinking, because it says here iced duos, and then that little picture made me think that it was going to be like in a packet with half and half of a fruit salad, and I did dab, but I've just opened it up. They've actually been in my freezer overnight. One's slushy and one's frozen, and they're not. So it's just a fruit salad one and a dib dab, which is fine, just not quite what I thought it was. This was another one that was on the shelf for £1.25, different store, but still same thing happened. Wasn't paying attention because there was a little bit at the till where, you know, there's people taking the time and there was random things going on, and I just wanted to scan through and I didn't even pay attention to the price. These actually came up at £1.50, which is still fine, but again, it was the wrong price on the thing. If I should have been paying attention. And it's just weird. Normally I do pay attention, but it was just one of them shops. They also do have another one. And for the life of me, I've been trying to think all night what the other flavour was, and I can't remember. There was one that was wham on one side and then some other sweet the other side. But I can't remember what the other sweet is, and it's bugging the life out of me. So they do actually have 2 different packets of this one as well. And that is this week's shop. Another week, another shop done. I hope you enjoyed the haul and maybe the prices have helped you out with anything. I've noticed, I know we were expecting the price hike, but I've noticed on a few items, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this as well, that we've had some price hikes like over the past few weeks. There's some companies put another price hike on, like only a few pennies, but you add that up with a few pennies they put on last month or whatever it was, and it's starting to creep up there. It's starting to take the mick a little bit. Some products are still the same price, so it's a little bit weird. I don't know. Should have been paying a little bit more attention and I'll tell if it's a certain brand that's doing it. But there's nothing we can do. If we want to pay, if we want to eat it, we have to pay it, don't we? So yeah, another week done, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.